Hey, Nerdy Sports Fan here. We're talking Week 17 NFL action and the last-ditch effort of the Dallas Cowboys. Yep, they're hosting the Washington racist team names, and man, desperation doesn't really sit well in Dallas. So Jason Garrett desperately needs to be fired. This team needs a different direction. They need better leadership. A lot of that's player driven, or should be. And Garrett doesn't deserve all of the blame. Jerry Jones is a bad owner. He's good for business. He's bad for football. He needs to get out of the way in the front office. Jason Garrett needs to go. Neither of those things is likely to happen. If Jason Garrett wins this game, which he should, Jerry Jones can easily find a way to convince himself to keep that guy. And it's sad because Dallas fans deserve better. As much as I hate what the Cowboys franchise did to my beloved Buffalo Bills in the early 90s, both teams have been kind of crap since. And Dallas fans don't deserve that. You know, it's been a long time since their team really mattered. They just only kind of matter because of the media attention they get. That's it. So, Dallas is likely to win. They should win. Everybody knows they should win. Washington's terrible. Just really, genuinely terrible. They're the first team to fire their coach this season. That says something. And they got a rookie quarterback that they had no faith in whatsoever. Two different coaches had no faith in whatsoever. They've played him and hasn't really done anything for them. But they have looked better in the last few games than they did earlier in the season. By huge margin. So they're definitely going to play this more competitively than a lot of people think. They just don't really have a well-constructed roster or ever really have a well-constructed game plan. So Washington's just overall really, really bad. So they were definitely in the tank bowl, but Cincinnati they're naturals at this. So Washington never really stood a chance. But they will be lined up to pull in Arizona. Draft a first-round quarterback, not really give him a chance, and then next season be able to draft a quarterback that you think is going to be better, and jettison the first-round guy the next year. Haskins never really got the opportunity. The two different coaching staffs didn't necessarily think he deserved the opportunity. Who knows whether or not that's actually the case. But he's probably going to be out as the starting quarterback next year. Because a new coach a new coach is going to want his guy to at least give him 3 solid years of opportunity. And Dallas is going to take advantage of that amount of disarray. Last week, they should have ran the ball so much more, it's insane. Ezekiel Elliott, he showed bursts where, nobody could stop him. Okay? It would be 2nd and 10. And he'd rattle off a 9-yard run. And then they'd go back to trying to pass the ball and, incompletion and punt. So Elliott was doing his job. They just weren't giving him the ball in the right position to do his job the right way. Elliott's a monster. All right? And that offensive line gives him the opportunity to get beyond the line of scrimmage without contact very often. They do it extremely well. And Elliott just needs that 4 or 5 yards of lead up to get up to speed, and you can't tackle the dude. He's a bowling ball once he gets ahead of steam. So I don't see Washington having an answer for that at all. It's just a matter of if Dallas gets out of their own way and calls the game the way they should. They still have an opportunity to win the division, as stupid as that sounds. They have to rely on Philly losing to the Giants this week, but that can happen. All right? The Giants, I mean, they've been hit and miss, but when they hit, they look really good. So, yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility for Dallas to still come out with winning the division and getting into the playoffs. So, if Garrett wins this game, even if they don't actually make the playoffs, if he wins this game, Jerry Jones will find reasons to keep that dude. So, I'm sorry, Dallas fans. I really am. The way the schedule is shaking out and the way other teams have all these injuries that they're dealing with, you might really suck this year, but still end up keeping the coach because it just worked out that you won the division. And that's crap. Okay? This is the worst situation to be in. To be just good enough to keep things as they are, but not actually good enough to do any real damage in the playoffs. Yeah. I'm sorry. I am. A lot of change needs to happen, and it's not going to. So Ezekiel Elliott's going to dominate this matchup. Amari Cooper's been hurt and playing like crap since, so he needs to be on the bench. Michael Gallup's the number one option. That guy drops half the balls thrown his way lately. So he's a risk play, but he's the best option that they have receiving-wise. So he's definitely the play to make. On the Washington side, Terry McLaurin has been doing really well his rookie season. And he's the play still. Adrian Peterson is still looking like a good option professional running back. At this stage in his career, it's amazing what he's doing. He's probably going to put up decent fantasy statistics, but nothing crazy. He's not going to have any sort of dominating performance. They're going to be behind most of the games, so they're going to be going away from the running game. So that's why I would say Terry McLaurin is a very, very solid play this week. They're going to be passing the ball a lot because they're going to be behind a lot. McLaurin's going to get a lot of targets, and that can easily turn into a strong fantasy performance with him any given week. So start Terry McLaurin, risk play Adrian Peterson. Elliott's going to dominate. Risk play with Michael Gallup. Not many other players worth mentioning. Quarterbacks, other receivers, defenses, leave them all on the bench. That's what I have for this game. Check out the rest of the videos for more fantasy advice if you still need it even. And happy holidays to you guys.